everybody, it's me, Sam. Thanks for joining. Today we have a feel-good yoga practice. So if you're feeling not so good, then join me on the mat and we're going to go through some slow stretches, some breathing to make us feel overall safer, better, comfortable in our bodies. So if that sounds good to you, go get ready and I'll meet you on the mat. So we're going to begin today's practice in an extended child's pose. So walk to the back of your mat, bring your knees as wide as your yoga mat, your big toes to touch behind you. Walk your arms out long as you sink your hips deep towards your heels and melt your heart, your forehead down towards the earth. Begin with a self check-in. Start with your fingers, trying to grip your fingertips into the mat. Move it down to your palms and your wrists. Notice if your forearms want to touch the mat, or maybe you press into your fingertips to lift them off, have a more active stretch. Breathe deep. Notice the breath, the temperature of it, the consistency, going through your nose, expanding all four corners of your torso, and coming out your mouth, melting your heart closer to the earth, feeling a little bit more relaxed in your body. Try and relax down through your shoulders. Feel your heart space resting close to the earth. Feel your forehead pressed into the mat. Maybe you sway your head a little bit side to side to massage that third eye pineal gland in your forehead. Feel your belly rising and falling on top of your thighs. Every inhale you take, you expand all four corners. And every exhale, you empty everything out, imagining all of that negative, bad stuff is being released. Feel your shoulders stretching. Feel the skin of your low back get tighter. Feel your hips grow heavy as you notice the connection of your feet on the mat. Maybe you wiggle your toes a little bit. Really embrace that body to earth, body to mat connection. Feel grounded in your place. Feel grounded in your breath. Whenever you're feeling not so good or overwhelmed by thoughts and anxiety, just remember to always come back to your breath. That is one thing that you can control. You can control how long you breathe. You can control the capacity of your breath. And you can use your breath to calm your mind and give you a little sense of grounding. Take 5 more cycles of breath here. A cycle of breath is a full long inhale and a full long exhale. Take 1 more big, long inhale. And exhale it out. Inhale to peel your nose forward, look up. Exhale to make your way to a tabletop position. Bring your wrists right underneath your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hip points. Claw down through your fingertips. Take pressure off of your wrists. Press into the tops of your feet. Notice your base. Notice your grounding. Push up and out of your palms to spread your shoulder blades left and right. Hollow your back, connect to your core. Take a deep breath in here and a long breath out, noticing your base, your ground. Inhale, cow pose. Draw up your belly, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhale, cat pose. Send your navel up towards your spine. Maintain integrity in your base. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhale, cat pose. Knit your pelvis with your head together. Start to move at the sound of your own breath through a cat-cow flow. Inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat. And I offer I encourage you to find some soft, easy movement here. This could be tick-tocking your hips a little left to right as you flow. Maybe you make big circles with your belly, or maybe you make big circles with your hips coming back into a child's pose. The options, the exploration is endless here as you just feel your body connect to it. Get a little bit creative as you explore. Maybe you flip your palms towards you. Find a little bit of release in your forearms. Maybe you meet in a child's pose and then make your way all the way up into an upward facing dog. Maybe you make your way to downward facing dog, just feeling it out on your own. Maybe you hang out in a plank pose and practice your mat on all fours on your mat. All fours practice is great. It really helps us if we want to achieve handstands one day. Maybe you're just in traditional cat-cow, but I really encourage you to explore and create something new through your cat-cow flow. Don't be afraid to get a little crazy with it. Get off of the railroad tracks and find something new in your body and maybe in your mind as well. Notice all the thoughts coming in and out of your head. Try and control them, slow them down with your breath. We'll be here for 5 more cycles of breath, just feeling out our bodies, finding what feels good, and exploring the options. Take one more inhale in and exhale to meet back in your tabletop position. Tuck your feet underneath your toes. Press your hands a little bit forward. Inhale in and exhale to lift your hips high and back, meet in a downward facing dog. Same thing here. Explore your creativity yourself in your down dog. Maybe you pedal out your knees by pedaling out your feet by bending your knees. Get your toes really underneath your feet, stretching the fascia. Maybe you walk your feet off of your mat. Explore the sensations. Maybe you find a little bit of a twist, grabbing opposite ankle with opposite hand. Look up through your armpit chest to lift your heart space. Take 3 more cycles of breath here, exploring. On your next inhale in, look forward, and exhale to make your way to the top of your mat. Maybe you make crisscross steps, baby steps, ragdoll, or hop to the top of your mat. Once you get there, bend your knees generously. Get the top of your torso on top of your thighs. You can clasp opposite elbow with opposite hand if that feels good for you. Find a little bit of movement, a little bit of a sway. Shake your head a little bit yes, a little bit no. Loosen up your spine. Maybe you grab your ankles, pull your heart in towards your thighs. Take 3 more cycles of breath here. I might have to yell at some kids. They're playing football a little bit too close to me. Take 1 more inhale in. And exhale to drop your fingertips down towards the mat. Inhale, slowly roll up to standing. Press through your feet. Stack 1 vertebra at a time. Once you get there, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale to release. Roll them down your back body. Open your palms towards the front. Flex your toes up towards the sky and then place each toe down consciously on your mat, finding your footing, pressing into all 4 corners of both of your feet equally. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Find space. Breathe deep. close your eyes or soften your gaze. Feel your presence, your stance, your ability to stand straight and still. Inhale, bring your hands together at heart center. Bow your chin in towards your chest. Elongate up through your crown. Focus on your intention for this practice. I already said our intention is to feel good, but feeling good could come in so many different ways. Sometimes feeling good is getting a good exercise. Sometimes feeling good is just relaxing and calming. Sometimes feeling good is just focusing on your breath and muting all that radio static out of your head. Maybe feeling good is just taking a little bit of time for yourself. Whatever you have, inhale that in through your nose and exhale it out through your mouth. Bring your hands by your sides. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest, baby back, then pull down and away with your knuckles. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that bind in your hands as you lead with your chest down towards the earth. Stay here for a breath. Inhale in. Exhale, release your hands down towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Bring your arms wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands down to the earth. Step it back into a plank pose. Find your stance. Scoop your tailbone down and up, almost like you're holding a bowl of soup in your belly. Reach your heels towards the back of your mat as your crown reaches towards the front. Nice, strong stance. Press away from your palms. Feel your shoulder blades spreading across your back. Good. Find stillness here. Maybe you find a little bit of a shake, a little bit of prana, life energy moving inside of you. Embrace it. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to slowly lower down to your belly. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Engage your quads by lifting your kneecaps. Keep your hands right underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows into your sides. Press into your pelvis as you inhale. Rise up to baby cobra. Exhale to lower down towards the earth. Inhale a little bit higher this time. Squeeze your glutes to lift your chest off the mat. Exhale, lower. Walk your hands a little bit off of your mat this time. Inhale, rise all the way up. Push yourself up. Feel your heart open towards the sky. Inhale, bring your gaze up. Exhale, send your gaze over your left shoulder. Maybe you stare at your feet behind you. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale to send your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tabletop position, rise up. Bring your knees together, swing them to one side, any side. Come to take a seat on your mat. Bring your feet together, your heels close to your hips, cobbler's pose. Maybe you grab your ankles, use your elbows to push your legs side to side. Maybe you start to lead with your chest as you fold forward, grab your toes in a little bit of a bind and pull, a little bit of a release for your low back. Maybe you stay very upright and start taking your thumbs to your arches, giving yourself a little bit of a massage. You can massage your arches, massage your heels and your ankles, maybe up to your calves. Maybe you interlace your toes with your fingers. Find a little bit of space separation as you twirl one way and twirl the next. Then you find the other foot and you do that as well. It's just a little bit of an act of love towards your feet. Your feet carry you throughout your day, all day, every day. So when we're feeling bad, what do we got to do? We got to show ourselves some love. And where does that start? It starts at the root, our feet. So take some time and enjoy what can be so hated. Feet are not very liked. So show yourself a little bit of love. When you're ready, bring your left foot in, send your right leg out long. Feel that foot on leg connection. Let your left knee grow heavy. Flex through your right toes. Inhale your hands overhead, reach all four corners of your torso up. Exhale to bring your hands towards your right foot. Let the weight of your head fall forward. Try to find a little bit of a twist in your heart so your heart is towards your knee. Maybe you can try lifting up through your heart and find a little bit of a lift here. Notice if that's any different for your low back. Find what feels good. Maybe you find a little bit of a flow lifting your heart and bringing it down towards the earth. Maybe you just find stillness growing really heavy in your left hip and really heavy in your forehead. Maybe your forehead reaches all the way down towards your knee. Maybe you give it a little bit of a kiss. Or rest your third eye on your knee and feel that connection. Take 3 more cycles of breath here, nice and slow. On your next inhale in, slowly roll all the way back up. Take your hands by your sides. Make your right foot come in. Send your left leg out long now. Feel that connection on foot to leg. Inhale, reach up through all four corners of your torso and your hands. Exhale to fold. Bring your hands towards your left foot. Rest your forehead in towards your knee. Same thing here. Try and reach your heart down towards your knee, but maybe you find an uplift in your heart space towards the sky, and you find that feels really good for you. Try both. See what feels best. Maybe you stay in stillness. Maybe you find a little bit of a flow, heart to sky, heart to earth. Make this practice yours. Follow your intuition, your guides to what feels good. Take 3 more cycles of breath here. 1 more inhale in. And exhale to slowly roll all the way back up. Bring your knees together. Come into a tabletop position once more. Walk your hands out in front of you. Curl your toes underneath you. Downward facing dog. Peel your hips up and back. Start to walk out through your feet. We're going to move through one little vinyasa flow. When you're ready, inhale, 3-legged dog on your right. Exhale, stack your hips. Bring your right hip over your left. Bend your knee to let your right foot hang over towards the left side. Feel an uplift in your right heart space. Maybe you look up through your right armpit chest. Feel an openness in your body. Inhale, bring it back to 3-legged dog. Stack your hips. Draw your toes down towards the earth. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. Squeeze your heel towards your glute. Feel that core connection. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Kick it up. Exhale, low lunge. Step it all the way up and through. Lower down on your back knee. Press the top of your foot into the mat. Inhale, rise up, crescent moon. Stack your hips under your heart under your head. Maybe you use your hands to guide your pelvis underneath you. Imagine your hip points are flat, facing up towards the sky. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, sink deep as you open your heart. Bring your elbows left and right. Push your hips forward. Squeeze your elbows together behind your back. Shine your hands by your ears. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, paint a wall in front of you. Come to frame your foot. Inhale to flex your right toes towards your face. Exhale, half split. Press your hips into the back of whichever room you're in. Roll onto your heel. Let your head sink towards your knee. Maybe you walk your hands closer to your body. Find a little bit of release. Or maybe you keep your arms out long and stretch your hamstring. Option to place your right thumb in your right hip crease. Pull that right hip crease back into space. Feel your hamstring open up a little bit more. Let's take 5 cycles of breath here. Notice that body-on-body connection, this fold, this little safe haven you've created for yourself. Just notice how that feels. Take 1 more inhale in. Exhale to roll back up onto your right foot. Lift your hands towards the sky. And exhale to come into a crescent lunge. Tuck your left toes underneath your foot and rise up. Bend your left knee generously to help get your center underneath you. Feel that. Roll your heart a little bit higher. Work on slowly straightening that leg in time. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Open your palms with energy. Make sure your knee is over your ankle and you can see your big toe. Press your knee slightly out towards the right side of the room to protect your knee joint. Feel your right glute engage. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, warrior two. Pivot on your back foot. Open your arms out wide. Send your gaze forward. Feel your arms expanding further than your physical body. Breathe to settle into this posture. Press into your left toes, your left knife edge of your foot to engage your left glutes. Both of our glutes are engaged. We're connecting in our center. Make sure your hips are underneath your heart and your heart is underneath your head. Inhale in. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers like we did when in our mountain. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lift your heart up towards the sky. Exhale, humble warrior. Bring your forehead down towards the earth. Let your arms come over your head. Breathe here. We're here for 4. Then through your right knee a little bit more. Bring your head closer to the earth. 3, 2, and 1. Slow release of your hands. Press your left hand down and towards the earth. Inhale your right hand towards the sky. Twist. Sink your hips a little bit deeper to open your heart. Inhale, reach your right hand high. Exhale, flow through chaturanga to upward facing dog. Step your right foot back. Option for single leg as we flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Oh, there's a little ladybug on my mat. I'm sorry, ladybug, but I'm going to have to kick you off soon or you're going to die. All right, when you're ready, inhale, 3-legged dog on your left. Keep your toes dialed down towards the earth. I swear if this ladybug poops on my mat, I'm going to be so mad. Exhale, stack your hips. Bring your left foot over to the right side of your mat. Hip over hip. Feel an openness is in your left side body. Maybe you look up through your left armpit chest. Press into your left hand to lengthen that side body a little bit more. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Dial your toes down towards the earth. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze your heel towards your glute. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Kick it up. Exhale, low lunge. Step it all the way up and through. Lower down on your back knee. Okay, this is where the ladybug has to go. Okay. Sorry. Press into the top of your foot. Inhale, rise up, crescent moon. Make sure your head is over your heart is over your pelvis. Use your hands to push your pelvis underneath you. Feel that length in your right hip flexor. Your body, hips are pointing up towards the sky. Your body lifts up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink deep. Push your hips forward as you open your heart. Send your elbows left and right. Squeeze them behind your back to open your chest. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, paint a wall in front of you to come and frame your foot. Inhale, flex your left toes towards your face. Exhale, half split. Roll onto your heel. Press your hips into the back of the room. Feel a nice stretch in your hamstring. Walk your hands a little closer to your body for a little bit more space. Let the weight of your head fall forward as you breathe. Option to bring your left thumb into your left hip crease. Pull that left hip crease back into space. Feel that hamstring opening up. Take 5 cycles of breath here, nice and slow. Inhale in and exhale to roll back up onto your left foot. Lift your hands up towards the sky. Tuck your right toes underneath your foot. And inhale, crescent lunge. Lift up on your back knee. Bend your right knee to get your center underneath you. Feel when you bend it, your hips pushing forward and your heart lifting more towards the sky. Slowly work on straightening that leg in time. It's not going to happen overnight, so I really recommend you bend that knee to get your center underneath you and then slowly work on straightening it. Make sure your knees stacked over your ankle. You can see your big toe. Reach your right heel towards the back of your room. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Open your palms with energy. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, warrior two. Pivot on your back foot. Open wide. Same thing. Press your left knee slightly out towards the left side of the room. Press into the knife edge of your back foot. Feel both of your glutes engage, focusing on your center. Head is over heart is over pelvis. If you need to use your hands to push your pelvis underneath you, find that core connection, do so. Imagine your arms are going way beyond your physical means, energy flowing. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, pull down and away. Inhale, reverse warrior, lift your heart towards the sky. Exhale, humble warrior, bring your forehead down towards the earth, lift your wrists overhead. Sink into your left knee, slightly reach your forehead down closer towards the earth. We're here for 4. For 3, you got this. 2 and 1. Bring it slowly, release your hands, bring your right hand down towards the earth. Inhale, your left hand up towards the sky. Twist. Drop your hips a little bit more to open your heart more. Find that twist here. Inhale, your left hand high. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa. Option for 3 legs as we flow. Lift your left leg high, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, your knee to your knees, tabletop position. Come to sit on your heels here. Rest your hands, interlace your hands, rest them in your lap. Bow your head, your chin towards your chest, and breathe. Option for a toe stretch here. You can tuck your toes underneath your feet. Give them a little bit of a stretch. I know it's not the most comfortable, so this is an option. The more you practice this though, the more comfortable it'll be for you. So I recommend just practicing toes underneath feet for once a week, and you'll notice that your feet are feeling much lighter. 5 minutes once a week. Take 5 more cycles of breath here. Take 1 more inhale in. And exhale to bring your hands forward. Walk your knees towards the back of your mat as your arms reach forward. We're coming into a puppy posture, so melt your heart down towards the earth. Bring your chin towards the mat or your forehead, your choice. Lift your hips high, point your tailbone to the back of your room. Breathe deep. Feel this heart opener. If you have blocks, place them underneath your elbows as you come into Namaste Shark Fin, or place them underneath your wrists to elevate them, giving a little bit more shoulder stretch into this pose. Take 5 cycles of breath, nice and slow. Inhale in to peel your nose up, look forward. Exhale to shine your torso in between your arms. Bring your arms into a cactus arm. Send your gaze towards your left. Come onto your right ear. Breathe deep, belly down, Shavasana. We're not going to stay here though. When you're ready, bring your left heel up towards the sky. We're going to reach our ball of our left foot up and over towards the right side of our mat. Find a little bit of a twist. Breathe here. Option to keep your arms where they are, or bring your left hand behind your back. Find a little bit of openness in your heart space. Breathe here. Take 3 cycles of breath, nice and slow. One more inhale in. Exhale to come back to center. Send your gaze towards the right this time. Come onto your left ear. Same thing on the other side. Bring your right heel up. And we're going to place our right ball joint up and over towards the left side of our mat. Option to bring your arms, keep your arms where they are, or bring your right hand to the low of your back. Find a little bit of openness in your heart space. Breathe here. Take 3 cycles of breath, nice and slow. Take 1 more inhale in, and exhale to bring it back to center. Roll onto your back now, so find, lift up through your arms, place your right arm underneath your left, slide it all the way over to come onto your back. Shift your hips into the center of your mat and grab your knees towards your chest. Option to stay here, just rolling on your low back, giving it a little bit of a massage. Or you can kick your legs up into a happy baby. I like to grab my big toe with my index and my middle finger, pulling my knees towards my armpits as I kick my feet up towards the sky. Maybe find a little bit of a sway there. Option to stay here, or bring your knees together, come into a shoulder stand. Place your elbows underneath your back and use your hands to support your back as you stack your hips over your heart and your ankles over your hips. Stay there, and you can come into any leg position, eagle legs, lotus, cobbler, or bring your legs up and overhead carefully to a plow pose. Honestly, I love plow pose. It feels so good for my spine. You can find whichever variation feels good for you. You can even just come to rest in Shavasana. Wherever you are, let's take 5 more cycles of breath. Take 1 more inhale in, and exhale to bring your legs out long. Rest your arms wherever they'd like to land naturally by your sides. Press into the back of your head to lift your heart space up. Snuggle your shoulder blades underneath you. Start to breathe deep as you take a full body scan from your head. Notice the top, the crown of your head. What sensations are going on? Maybe your scalp is a little bit itchy. Maybe you've got a headache. Maybe your head is cold or hot. Take it down to your forehead, that little space in between your eyebrows. Relax it down as you melt your eyebrows side to side down towards your temples. Relax your temples and take it to your jaw. Unclench your jaw. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth and allow for your lips to part naturally, creating some separation in between your teeth. Relax down through your shoulders. Release any tension you're keeping in your upper body by relaxing your hands. Feel your heart space resting. Feel your belly rise and fall on your inhales and exhales. Feel your hips grow heavy as your quads release. Feel your knee joint grow heavy as your calves release. And your ankles and your toes release any pent-up tension held in your body as you come to relax in Shavasana. The world of the dead, where you allow what is, what was, and what will be, just be as you fully surrender. Stay here for as long as you'd like. Pause the video. But if you have to go, I understand. So when you're ready, roll your body onto one side of your mat, any side. Come into a fetal position. Rest there for a moment as you slowly press yourself up into a nice, easy seat. Bring your hands together. Press your thumbs into your heart space. Feel that connection as you rub your knuckles into your heart. Inhale your hands up to your third eye. Rub your thumbs into your brow bone, feeling that connection. Inhale to bring your heart, your chin, your head up towards the sky. Exhale to bow and whisper, Namaste. Thank you all for joining me in this practice. I hope you feel better. I know I definitely do. So let me know in the comments. Give this a thumbs up, thumbs down, however you feel. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day.